This is the one with red crinoids,
a golden weave,
a galactic yo-yo,
and a submissive master.
It's called The Claws of Axos.
Here we go.
We're embarking on a voyage all through time and all through space,
Countering Daleks, Dalenhood, and the Cybertronic race.
Santarans look like taters and Silurians all have wonky scales.
And the Doctor has a TARDIS, we're reviewing all his tales. Who back when? Reviewing all of who there is. Who back when?
Subscribe and rate on iTunes, please.
Episode by episode, we're trudging down this temporal road. Come join us on this odyssey. What other choice could there be than Who back when?
Who back when?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Who Back When, a Doctor Who podcast.
Or DocPast.
We're here this week to review The Claws of Axos, which is what we see C057.
That's right.
We're that far along the journey.
I know.
That lovely ad-libbing voice you hear in the background is none other than Ponkin.
Hey, dude.
How's things?
Yeah, all right, thanks. I'll survive. How are you doing?
I'm good. 57 in.
57.
Classics.
Okay, so I can't remember exactly, but I think we have about 100 left on classics alone.
That feels right. I'm starting to feel like I've got a good, amount of Who behind me now.
Yeah.
Like we're some way down the road.
Yeah, and we're slowly but surely, we're building that knowledge for us. I mean, we are way more knowledgeable in the Whovian realm now than we were, very nearly 4 years ago.
I mean, mostly you, but yeah.
Holy smokes. Do you not feel like you're a little bit of an expert? If people were to ask you, the fuck is an axon? And now you can answer that question.
Yeah, well, this is actually...
What are the origins of the Master?
I wonder if that's one of those things. And now I'm just going to, by the end of it, I'm going to start looking down. It's like, you don't know Who. I've watched all of these fucking things. Anyhow, let's jump into a B-scale, I think.
Shall we? Let's do that. Time for us to synopsize,
Clarify and summarize,
so take a view
and grab a brew,
and listen to this overview, this free-for-all.
we like to call a bite-sized chunk of Who. Bite-sized chunk of Who.
An Axon spaceship lands on Earth, murders a hobo, and thus Unit and the Doctor and West Country Elvis are summoned to investigate. Axos, it turns out, are running low on gas, and in exchange for an unspecified energy, offer the human race the miracle substance and narcissistically named Axonite.
Might these golden-haired, miracle-bearing kings from the sky be more than they appear, however? Might Axonite actually be a means for them to take over the world and deplete the Earth's resources entirely? Is the Master locked on board their ship? Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The answers lie ahead. B-Scow over. You are welcome. Holy smokes. This cereal is pants.
Do you know what? And in the run-up, we're... Full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a breakfast time recording, so it turned up quite early to Ponkin Plaza.
Sup?
Yeah, and I sort of was saying, this is actually, the more I'm thinking about it, there's some elements in here that were actually quite cool.
Oh, really?
Were actually quite, I don't know, maybe cool is the wrong word, but like...
I mean, the principle behind it is fairly doable as far as sci-fi plots are concerned, right?
Well, and actually, let's talk about the plot in general. The idea that there's we mentioned it in the B-Scow, but this sort of miracle-bearing, being that's going to come for a very reasonable offer, change our entire world for the better, but is actually duplicitous and it's going to fuck everything up.
Yeah.
There is loads of these, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's not started here, but like this is one of the earlier iterations. The one that really jumps to mind is Futurama.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking of Arrival when I watched this.
Arrival, yeah.
But Futurama, yeah, sure.
You know the one?
I think I do.
Where there's a planet that says it wants to love everyone and
it's like a collective or something.
Yeah, and it basically is just fucking everyone. But like it's spreading its love. And actually, I think there was a BBC parody along the same lines of this Doctor Who.
Oh, interesting.
Like a BBC4 radio play parody.
I'm sure this has been encountered in sci-fi for ages.
Yeah.
I'm sure you find this in sci-fi literature going back to the beginnings, but in general, there's nothing wrong with the plot idea, with the potential, but the execute. I mean, God damn it, this struck me as like the anti-Arrival. Everything is wrong about everything that every character does in this entire serial.
Okay, hit me. Start me off. Let's get into specifics.
Okay, shall we do the thing? The
Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing. Okay, so starting off with a question. If an alien race that purports to look like Donald Trump's chosen cherub people shows up and just goes, check it, we just need to refuel. We literally just need to refuel. In exchange for that, we will change your entire universe. We will set you on a course for galactic independence and give you the means to basically take over everything. Here, have this little orange ball that we named after ourselves. Would you at any point go,
That seems legit.
Troy had a similar experience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's 2 serials running we've had a Trojan horse, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But the thing that does fuck with me, and this is why watching Doctor Who as a grown-up is bad, right? Because you can't really suspend your disbelief. Like, well, I presume that there'll be some sort of governance around this, that not only would there'd have to be some sort of trade delegation figured out, not just like walrus.
One dude.
Yeah, one walrus-looking motherfucker, that is happy to accept sweets from strangers. I assume there'd be some oversight and, some sort of review.
Would you test this substance, by the way?
Yeah,
I mean, like, maybe that should be a priority.
I mean, I think they talk about testing it, like, as in taking it, but it's like, maybe take a little.
Yeah.
See what it does, then take some more rather than just like, all right, just pull the truck up to the back, dump that shit in the kitchen. Yeah.
I mean, they get like basically a football-sized lump of axonites, what is it? Explain to us. Like, what does axonite do? What can it do?
So, the golden-haired cherub people, they look amazing.
Oh, they look fantastic.
They look amazing.
They look like something out of Barbarella.
My nightmares. Like, they look amazing. Anyway, so axonite, they describe as a thinking molecule, which which I assume is basically just like, here's a miracle ball. Like, this will do anything you feel like.
It can increase the size and rapidly grow things?
Rapidly grow or shrink. It also changes itself. Basically, I don't think we're supposed to think too hard on it, because none of these things are ever realized or even enjoyed to a point.
Well, they use it as a weapon. They use it to age Joe at one point.
Well, yes. Yeah. And they use it for various other things, I think. But like, what I think was a missed opportunity here is that, in a way that I think New Who would have done, is have a small montage of people enjoying axonite and the miracle properties thereof.
Yeah.
Being lulled, being loved.
Yeah.
And feeling so like having the, oh yeah, Axos has come to save us, right? It was none of that. It was all very cloak and dagger.
But that's the thing, like, what we need for this kind of plot is we need a longer serial, or like maybe a whole season worth, where not only do we get to see people enjoy it, but we also, before they even arrive, we just get a little taste of people needing a miracle. And like, oh shit, there was just a natural disaster in that part of the world. They desperately need giant cucumbers. Enter stage left, Axos with a giant cucumber maker. Isn't that what they do? Isn't that the example? They're like, oh, here's the thing, we're going to make an enormous cucumber.
Here's a tsunami, cucumber. But actually, I'm thinking of 2 specific New Who plots. So one with the ghosts, like the ghost shift.
With the cybers.
Yeah. And everyone loves that. And then again, there's more montage of everyone enjoying, and there's like, there's a ghost
they're like playing ball with them and everything. It's very good point.
And then the second one is, we're not there yet, because it's an Amy Pond episode with the black cubes. Right?
Oh my goodness, I remember that.
So I feel like this vague concept, or this plot will turn up, that things will, it's like a slow invasion, or how do we put it? Like
we just had it with
nice
Capaldi,
invasion.
by the way.
Yeah.
Like just the other week.
Like a lovely invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good point.
Oh shit, that might be what the BBC 4 play's called. I think it's called like A Lovely Invasion.
Oh really?
Yeah. And like, this thing comes and invades through love.
Ooh.
But Professor Nebulous, this is the Doctor, like blows it up, like nukes it.
Okay.
But Professor Nebulous hadn't really checked it. And turns out this like alien was legit and was like just trying to love everyone.
Oh shit. And we blew it.
Yeah, Doctor Who's Professor Nebulous. How good is that? As a fucking name. Look it up, people.
I'm 100% picking that up. Nice one.
So where were we? We were talking about that I think is a big lost opportunity. I mean, I'm much happier with the 4 episode, the tightness of it all. But yeah, I think a little bit of that, just a little bit.
I also don't really feel like 4 episodes were enough, or maybe these 4 episodes were used used well enough for us to understand how Axonite could be used against us. I mean, yeah, okay, so it somehow absorbs energy, but...
We didn't see much of it. We saw very localized, very specific applications.
I mean, they say like, how is worldwide distribution of Axonite going? Oh, thumbs up, guys! Yeah. Because that seems to be like, it's a trifle. It's like the easiest thing in the world. It's so easily to realize, but I don't really understand what that even means.
I love those little bits. It's like, Kenya needs 20 more Axonites. Okay. Got paging Nairobi.
How does that, like, what do you do with it? Like, are they just putting them on trucks and wheeling them around the place? Like, what? And do you know what is it?
Actually, do you know what frustrates me about this level of Terror Sticks is that because you've got 4 episodes, it doesn't have to happen in real-ish time.
Yeah.
Like, if you were just like 1 year later, like, we'd be fine. And that would cost you no space in your script or time, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
This could actually have taken a year.
Agreed.
It didn't have to take 4 days or whatever.
Agreed. It wasn't the case, though.
Because, I mean, although, actually, no, there was one thing that did, because there was a slight plot hinge on they needed 72 hours between Axonite being deployed and them harvesting. I didn't really understand why it needed 72 hours, why it couldn't take 72 days or, you know, whatever. But they needed 72 hours specifically.
That rings a vague bell.
Yeah. This is when one of the floating head cherubs in like a hologram when the Doc and Joe get captured, just goes, I'm going to tell you everything. Don't worry about it. I'll just tell you the whole thing. We're good, baby.
First note of episode 3 for me is, why would the Axon reveal their entire plan? Like, literally their entire plan. That's it, isn't it? That's the bit.
Yes.
We start episode 3 with, you don't need to know this, but because the writing of this episode is so shitty and no one can read between the lines, here you go, full exposition.
Well, exactly. It's just kind of like, it's like if just turns up and goes, hey, I know you're captured and stuff and, you know, you're our adversaries, but, got any questions? Got any questions? It's like, we just want to make you feel comfortable, baby.
You, Joe, in the back.
Why is your head gold? Great question, Joe.
Axon and a small amount of people know exactly what he meant by that.
Okay, let's talk Master real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk Master. Because we mentioned again in the intro, submissive Master. What is his fucking deal or function here?
He doesn't need to be in this serial at all.
It annoys me because up till that, you know, like building towards him being like, you know, the Moriarty to you know, the Doctor's Holmes and him being a main protagonist and he's just a bit of a bitch in this one. Like he just gets captured a bunch and like by both sides.
Yeah.
And then coerced into doing some shit he doesn't want to do by both sides.
Yeah.
And he's straight, and the only bargaining chip he has, like at one point, you know, he's like, I can help you, achieve your own, only if you let me kill the Doctor and everyone. Yes, that is the plan. Dude, like, a bit of perspective. You don't need that right now.
No,
how did he get captured? He had a TARDIS.
Exactly. He had a TARDIS. He can travel through space and time.
Which this thing can't.
Exactly. Why is he even still in the same time zone? Surely, at the end of the last one, he just effed off.
You know why? It's because he's like some stalkery, jilted ex-lover. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, I was just in the neighborhood. You know, 40 parsecs away from my house. Like, why the fuck are you here, dude? Like, there's all of time and space.
I just happened to be standing outside in the rain.
Yeah,
looking out your window.
Yeah. I brought some wine.
It was a little disappointing to see him tied up in the Axon dungeon. Okay, so here's something else that confounds me a little bit. The Doctor once he is captured by Axos or the Axons...
I think so. It's all Axos.
Yeah.
Everything is Axos.
Including the Axonites, right? Like it's all one...
It's all Axos.
Yeah. Okay, so once the Doctor gets captured by Axos, he starts going, well, you know what? I can just give you the equation that you need to solve time travel. And they're like, oh, cool, rad.
And just as a slight aside, this equation is basically all percentages. It's not really an equation so much as just a list of different percentages. Did you get that? It's just like 50%, 45%, 15%. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I don't know. It's like a shopping list of chrono energy.
This is why you need Kit Pedler. Kit Pedler would have sorted an actual equation.
He would have. Kit Pedler would have solved time travel for this serial.
For this. And then smacked a woman on the arse. And that would have been his thing.
But so, what if the Doctor is able to do that? Why didn't the Master do it? Why did Axos go, we will capture your time time machine, Master. Then we'll plop you in the dungeon, and we will then completely forget about time travel as a concept and a means to take over the universe.
Because they
until your adversary shows up.
At one point, no, they plunder the Master's mind as well and say, well, you know how the humans work and stuff. And
Yeah, but they don't steal time travel from him.
No, well, that's it. But then, is this actually just a marker to say the Doctor is smarter than the Master?
I don't think so. I think the Master knows exactly how time travel works as well. In fact, towards the end of the episode, doesn't he kind of mock the Doctor for having forgotten how these, for Time Lords, rather rudimentary items of science, scientific theory work?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. Either way, his role makes no sense. It should not have been the Master.
0 sense. And I don't know if you want to get into this now, but the ending. Let's talk about the ending.
Yeah, let's do the ending. Do you want to summarize it?
Well, let's see if I can do this. So the Doc and Master strike a bargain to escape because otherwise everyone dies, they die.
Yeah.
They're going to take Axos away or some shit, right? Some vague version of that. And then Doc leaves everyone. Oh no, the Doc, hang on, I'm going to get this right. I'm trying to get this right. The Doc traps Axos in a time loop.
Yes. But before he does that, doesn't he sort of, I mean, he straight up stabs his friends in the back.
Yeah.
And goes, I'm going to side with the Master.
Yeah.
Peace
out, y'all.
Yeah.
He's a Time Lord after all.
Exactly. Then they plop to Axos. They go, actually, we need you guys.
Yeah.
Not sure why, though. I can't really remember why.
They needed something from them, I forget.
An extra boost of energy? No, they want the Master's TARDIS.
Yes.
Yeah, so they go to Axos, they go, okay, so you give us the Master's TARDIS, we're both gonna fuck off, you can take care of the Earth, and you should let us go because?
Well, because they're gonna help Axos go through time using the TARDIS, I think, to fuck up everything.
Oh!
And then that's where he traps them in the time loop.
They're gonna turn all of Axos into a TARDIS.
No. Axos is going to access all of space and time.
Oh, right, okay.
I think. Well, so the long and short of it is that they fuck up Axos, the Master gets his TARDIS back.
Yeah.
And fucks off. But the Doctor thinks he's fixed his TARDIS back on Earth.
Yeah. He genuinely tries to leave.
Yeah.
He genuinely tries to just...
y'all.
Exactly.
I'm out. Joe, I'll see you later. You seem cool. Everyone out. Deuces. Peace. I'm gone.
And then he yo-yos back.
Yeah. And he's very upset. I'm just like, did we need literally any of that?
Well, isn't it really weird that the hero of this show, in this one serial, we don't even end on him claiming to have feigned treachery. He straight up says, I tried to stab you in the back. Alas, the Gallifreyans screwed me over beforehand. A priori, I was unaware that I was unable to stab you in the back. That's why I'm back.
So one thing that's good, right, is that this is now I think this is the origin of what we see later on in New Who, where there is a sort of like, the connection between the Doctor and the Master isn't just a straight adversarial thing. They're brothers, are they lovers? I don't know, like there's more to it.
Childhood friends?
There's something. They're
alumni?
They're, they're intrinsic to each other in some way. So that him doing that is like, I think, the first start that actually, if this all goes fucking tits up, he's actually with...
Maybe he's shown some form of loyalty to the Master?
Yeah, I don't know if loyalty is the right word, but it's like this sort of like quite poisonous love, right? Like they're those people that are...
Wait, isn't it just a case of, at this point, it's already clear that... Wait, hang on, no, sorry, I was going to say it's already clear that they're the last ones, but it's not at all.
No,
at all. They're both exiled in a way. I mean, they're both exiled by the Time Lords. They're certainly not welcomed into the comforting bosom of Gallifrey. Either one of them. So maybe that's what they have in common. It's a way of feeling at home outside of home.
Yeah, I could take that.
Even though the Master desperately wants to murder him.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
But always coming out slightly short. So, does he really?
Yeah.
Does he really?
We've had this ending a few times now. We've had the ending of the Master attempting to and failing to murder the Doctor. We've had the ending of the Doctor and the Master having to collaborate towards the end of a serial a few times. We had it with the Autons, for example.
Yeah.
We've also had the Doctor trying to escape and then being yo-yoed back. We had that with Inferno, for example, where he lands in the rubbish heap or whatever, in the recycling plant or something.
Well, this leads me to my second point, is that I'm done now. Like, I don't need that again. I didn't need that again. I got the concept the Doctor doesn't want to be here. As soon as he can leave, he's going to try. Him and the Master are sort of these, connected, star-crossed somethings.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me, but I didn't need, the Master had no need to be here.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. But they just paid him?
Maybe.
Just like, you know,
He's
it's
just gotta-
contractual, you need to be in every serial now.
Well, very possibly the audience was responding very well to him. Maybe people were just thinking, well, I mean, he's got a killer beard and he's awesome.
Does look
Like,
evil. Looks
yeah.
evil as shit.
Yeah, and then unfortunately this serial was poorly written and he wasn't well utilized.
It downgrades his, like, the level of evil he is in my head. Like, he seemed, being a secondary villain. And actually, when he turned up, he was a secondary villain, wasn't he? He was like
He was already a victim of Axos when he showed up. Oh,
No,
you
no,
mean
no.
in the very beginning?
In the very beginning, he was like the Auton's bitch boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and actually...
That's another thing we've had a lot of. The Master collaborating with an alien species that is de facto stronger than he is because he naively thinks that he can outwit them towards the end, but obviously he can't. We've had that. This is, what, the third time now?
Yeah, he's a galactic middleman.
Yeah. That's exactly what he is. Okay. Another question about the Master. How come he can suddenly hypnotoad? There's nothing elaborate about him hypnotizing people. He literally looks at you.
No, but he could do that before.
Really?
Yeah, in previous serials. I think in the Autons one, he just... And we were like, can Dylos hypnotise people? Because one of our things, like, why doesn't he just hypnotise everyone?
Yeah.
No,
that's true. We did talk about that. Yes, I do remember that. But I mean, in this one, it felt very extreme. There's a case where he is on top of a lorry and, hanging onto the side of a lorry, and he looks at the rear view mirror, sees the driver, and just by looking at the mirror for like 5 seconds, you can tell he's now controlling the driver.
Yeah, I don't know.
This guy should be running the show.
And any type of show, because he could have done this in the 16th century,
Yeah.
or the 12th
Yes,
century.
exactly.
or the
He should
25th
have
century.
meddling monked it. He
Yeah.
should have gone back to 1066 and just done what the monk couldn't. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. All right. So I think that might be the Master. What about the good guys?
Well, so Bagels, let's start with Bagels. Bagels always worth a check. He's relatively bit part too.
Yeah.
Could have done with more Bagels.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean,
Benton.
Bagels is okay, but as you said, doesn't really play much of a part. Benton, likewise. I feel it's really weird that Benton is reporting to, what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name now.
Chin? No, he doesn't report to Chin.
You know, there's the other young unit soldier chap who feels almost like a second in command, and then Benton is below him. That feels really weird to me.
So that guy isn't part of unit.
No, the guy that we've seen before as well.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? The guy who was flirting with Joe back in the Auton episode.
Oh, right.
The guy who does hot cocoa that dynamic doesn't really work for me because I don't remember that guy at all
But
from
I
my
remember
childhood.
Benton.
Benton, yes. Hell yes. So that seems very odd to me.
I mean, unit in general were just like kind of crap.
Yeah.
Chin. Let's talk about Chin.
Which one's Chin?
Chin's walrus fuck.
Oh.
Walrus home office fuck.
Double chin.
Like, what was his... Yeah, exactly.
What's his who is he? What does he do?
So I think he's part of the home office, is he?
Maybe.
I mean,
he seems incredibly expendable. His superiors do not respect him at all, yet they leave him in charge of the most valuable substance ever encountered by man. They're like, if you don't do this, we're going to fire you, and then we're going to ridicule you in front of your wife.
Oh, yeah, also, or do this. Also, I've written out your resignation letter, so make sure you do this.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Why have you done this way round?
Yeah. This does not inspire confidence or morale at all. The Home Office needs to just boost their human resources department because something is not done well.
Yeah, I didn't get that fucking dude at all. But like the idea, again, it's another pervasive theme in all of Doctor Who so far. It's the sort of vague hint at petro-imperialism and the idea that there is this secondary government. So there's the government that you can trust, which is like UNIT.
Yeah.
And occasionally a secretary of some sort, like the foreign secretary or whatever. And then there's this other branch of civil service.
Led by an aristocrat
that fucking hates. Well, not just hates you, but like is out for personal gain.
Yeah. And you're right. We have encountered this on a number of occasions in Classic Who. Normally, what we didn't get in this one is your favorite, the Bumbletron.
Professor Bumbletron.
We didn't get a Professor Bumbletron to this guy's, what's his name, Sir Bob.
Yeah.
You know, there's always
Ambassador Walrus, I'm going to call it.
There's always an Ambassador Walrus or a Lord James or a,
Lord that was it, wasn't it? Lord James.
Sir Fred.
Sir James, that was it. Fuck.
There's always one of those as well. Yeah, another trope then. Okay. What about so you referred to him as a West Country Elvis.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, I think I texted you about this, didn't I not?
Yeah.
Something like, and I can't. So there's an American man.
That's my point. I thought he was American.
He is American.
You say he's West Country.
No, I say that I think that his like accent slipped in the first episode. Or whatever,
right.
And he just sounded like, right, my love.
In my notes, I've got him down as Starsky or Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch.
No, or Hutch. I can't remember which one's which.
In a transporter accident.
I can't remember which one's which.
Great suit, though.
Oh, and the hair. Well, I mean, the hair in particular.
But I was just like, why are you Elvis and or Hutch? What do the Americans have? Who are you? And they all talk to him as if he's been like there forever.
Yeah, is he a scientific consultant, or is he some sort of government stooge?
He seems to be like kind of
Is he tied in with the UN or something?
I don't know, because
His unit reports to the UN, right?
Very possibly, but then he's a bit rogue. He goes and does shit by himself, and
then he gets fired and just drives off to the massive Dorito that just landed in a field and ate a homeless guy.
That's another thing to talk about. Like Doctor Who, I think certainly up to this point, like hobos are just the way people say hello. Killing hobos. It's like, I've landed, killed a hobo. Like, why are hobos so curious in the 70s?
Do you think that 70s audiences just viewed homeless people as incredibly expendable, and that therefore this shows that the aliens are hostile, but without any of the children going, oh no, they killed a person, because it's like a non-person.
You don't own a home.
Exactly, it's a non-person to them. Like, you're not on the property ladder. I'm sorry, sir. Are you a bicycle Eskimo? Okay, which leads me to another thing, but I need to ask about that later on. But so, where was this guy from? My first note about him is, what strange quacking accent is the bicycle Eskimo speaking? Or? He's just like quack, 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 quack. Cycling around, in brackets, in the snow, right?
I don't. Is it the snow?
I think it is. And then all of a sudden, it is summertime.
I don't think that's true.
Wait, okay, hang on. I'm gonna open this episode while we record.
I don't think that's true. I think it was just the summertime.
I'm gonna find it.
But yeah, American dude. But no, the Doctor et al. Talk about him as if he's been in previous serials, and I was like, he hasn't been in previous serials.
Pretty sure that's snow, dude.
Shit, that is snow.
That's snow.
That's snow.
I just pulled up a screenshot.
I missed that. Screenshot on whobackwhen.com. That is snow.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, sorry if the use of, in case that was derogatory in any way. That's why I refer to him as the bicycle Eskimo. Because he's just cycling around in the snow. And then it is literally summertime shortly thereafter. Anyway, fuck it.
Bullshit. This production is choppy, isn't it? Actually, let's talk about production value.
Okay. Oh my god. All right. What is the worst aspect of it in your mind? I know exactly what it is in mine.
It's the axony, like, flobbly wobbly, like the fat suit guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The red crinoids?
Yeah,
not to me. I love them.
There were a couple of, like, not formed versions of them, where they're like, I guess the axonite is tiny.
Yeah, where it's like a dude in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, exactly. There's a dude in a sleeping bag and a bivvy bag. It's like, fuck, guys. And though actually the really bad one is the red crinoid, the accent, that is like walking along a bridge, like a glass bridge, and they just just slow that down for like 45 seconds. They're like, move slower, Steve. We don't have the capability.
I don't mind that at all. As far as the suits are concerned, I didn't remember the axons at all from my childhood, but I do remember the crinoids. And so to me, these are red crinoids as opposed to crinoids being green axons, you know, but I like it. I don't mind it at all. For anyone in podcast land who isn't aware of this, I'll pop a comparison screenshot on the website. I think I already did at one point when we did the Hot House audiobook review, but they are literally the same suit, just one is painted red and the other one is painted green. But I don't mind it. I think this is a cool suit. I also like the effect of it shooting out a little weird red tendril that then like electrocutes or explodes a dude.
Yeah, well, that was bad too when they were trying to like capture the the Land Rover with the unit soldiers, and it's just like, I'm gonna fell this tree. It's like, you could just fell the car, right? So it's a very circuitous way to...
Okay, well, that's not my my bugbear
Right.
in terms of production value. For me, it's all the car stunts towards the end where they've been shot against like a blue screen or something, but they haven't even, replaced the blue screen with anything. It's just lots of close-ups of people clearly on a car, but that car is clearly just stationary against a blue background. And then you pull back, different cut. Car is driving down a field, different sky, different background, close-up, blue background. And it just looks so incredibly lazy. It just, I'm watching this show because it is a very imaginative show. Don't make me have to imagine the blue screening,
Okay, but what's the best part of the production?
Best part of the Axon spaceship?
Yeah, man, the Flight of the Navigator portion specifically.
What is that? The
Have
interior?
you seen the film Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah, but ages ago.
Oh, there's this fucking like orb jobby on like a stalk, basically like the Axon Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just goes compliance.
Yeah.
And that's all I could think about. Is like compliance. Yeah, fucking brilliant film.
I've not seen that since I was a child.
So good. Sarah Jessica Parker turns up.
What?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Ka-ching.
Anyway.
Okay.
The Axon shit was cool. Don't know why it needed claws.
Yeah, the claws make no sense. I mean, I'm perfectly happy to ignore the fact that there were claws on board and just go, these are metaphorical claws that they refer to.
Yeah,
in the title,
I
right?
assumed that the claws were the Axonite that was going to penetrate around
Holding
the world.
on to the earth,
Yeah, exactly. Not that, no, we need claws.
We
mentioned
literal-
claws.
Someone please make some claws. However, there are tentacles in there, and my note is, this is episode 3, tentacle porn. I get it now. Also,
this is sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, 23 minutes and 20 seconds in, Mr. Skin of episode 3.
Let's talk Joe real quick.
Okay.
Because she does nothing for nobody other than get old real quick. And how do you cast old Joe? I've always
Was
wondered
that just
this.
makeup?
Well, no, I don't know, maybe, but I've always wondered this, and when they're just like, okay, we're going to need a fat person to ridicule. Line up to the left. Oh, no.
No, you're too good looking. You're too good looking.
Yeah.
You, however, are exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, look at your face. It's just prosthetics. Like, how do you do that? And then go, like, I guess you're just professional, right? And you just handle your business.
But this was just Joe with prosthetics, right?
I don't know. I think this was old woman.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, I think they just was like, hey, you.
I watched this one on my phone. I'm sorry, I missed this. But we've had another case of rapid aging on Classic Who before in the Daleks Master Plan, where they have, I think it was called paraphrasing, it's like the Galaxy Destructor or something. And what it does is it accelerates time. It just ages everything. So planets erode, and if you happen to stand next to it, you age super quickly and then you die. And one of the previous companions, whose name I will now look up on whobackwhen.com in the Vindix portion, as should you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking, of course, of Sarah Kingdom. Sarah Kingdom was rapidly aged and sort of mummified. And it was a very similar effect, just like close up of her with more and more plastic on her face, basically. Right. And I don't know, flour in her hair to make it look grey and stuff. I mean, it was black and white, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Sort of like again, feminist hat on, or like, let's take this young woman and look at her getting old. She's worthless now. She can't even bear children. This is, because they could have done that with any of the other, could have done that with bagels.
Yeah. But you also, you have the doctor's reaction to Joe aging, which is just like, no, please stop. They're so saggy. Just stop. It's terrible. It doesn't seem like he's going, this is killing her or this is hurting her. Like she seems to be in pain. It is literally just like, no.
Oh, she's over 30 now. I've never had a companion over 30.
No, it's ridiculous. And you're right. Why couldn't they do that with bagels?
Benton or, anyone really.
I don't really remember, but I have somewhat of a recollection of the Doctor also undergoing the rapid aging in the Daleks Master Plan. That might be a fabricated memory at this point.
He goes into rapid aging in New Who. The Master does it too.
Yes, he does. Yeah. You're right. Yes.
But yeah, I don't know, man. The Axos ship was cool. Again, concept was cool, but the claws were stupid and the exposition was stupid.
Yeah. Agreed.
I would just like to have seen more of the invasion itself.
Well, that wasn't the whole. I mean, the
peril.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, the invasion as such is just what's his name, Lord Albatross.
Yeah. Chin.
Jin. Yeah.
Is it Jin or Chin? Because it sounded like Chin, and I'm sticking with Chin.
Chin it is then. Double Chin just signing a piece of paper and going, yeah, we're now worldwide distribution of Axonite. All good to go. It's all happening. By the way, what's happening with all the Axonite that they have distributed? Because they have, right?
Yeah.
At some point, he does, quote-unquote, distribute Axonite worldwide.
I think when it fucks off, it all goes with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think something like that. Or it all stops working, something.
Okay.
All the facts here on Who Back When.
Yeah. Another trope that really appeals to me, as in, it's a guilty pleasure. It's the speaking in expositional bullet points while sleeping trope.
Hit me.
When we have Starsky or Hutch, he's knocked out and he's in bed and he's just like writhing and he's going, no, must stop Axonite. Snores in between sentences. Worldwide destruction.
Must renew TV license.
Big fan. Huge fan of that. Also really like when Starsky or Hutch, when Starsky battles Hutch. You know?
Yes, I really do. I love that scene. But that was the point where I'm just like, is this guy just a character that I've missed? I had to go back and like,
I don't think so.
No, he isn't. He's brand new.
Yeah.
But that everyone treats him like, and then like he's got this whole, I think, is he going to turn up in the following ones? Where they're like, I think this might be, again, with my sort of commercial hat on, like, let's sneak an American and, you know, in there.
Yeah.
See if we can't
sway them to air this over across the pond.
BBC America or whatever.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a solid theory. Let's see if he turns up again. I mean, I liked him. I can see him returning.
Suit was fresh as fuck.
Oh,
That's a great
suit
scene.
and hair.
Suit and hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy was badass.
Let's keep battling Hutch though. It's fucking brilliant.
Okay, I've noted down a few sound bites, if you're interested. Given we're in election times at the moment over here in the UK, episode 1, soundbite 313.
England for the English, good heavens, man. I have a duty to my country, not to the world.
Yes, I remember thinking that. That's a great shout at that sort of point where...
Like, whoa. You have no idea where this is heading.
Yeah.
Another one, which is in episode 2, 1855. I think a reference to the way that aliens have been referred to in past serials.
Then they're not human at all.
Human, they're not even humanoid.
Because very often, aliens are referred to as humans if they are bipedal, if they are, like, intelligent, and maybe if they're compassionate. They're humans. Human rights also apply to aliens. You know, it's not life form rights, it's not whatever.
That comes up in Undiscovered Country, Star Trek.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Very nice reference. Bloody love Undiscovered Country.
Great.
So good. Oh, god damn it. What else? Wonderful soundbite.
What else can we do?
Oh, nothing very much.
Oh, I suppose you can take the normal precautions against nuclear blast, like sticky tape on the windows and that sort of thing.
Looking directly into the camera when he says that. Just like, and do you know what I couldn't tell? I couldn't tell because I've seen, like, I presume this is a nod to the 50s where there are, have you ever seen these videos of like duck
And cover.
and cover?
Yeah.
And like put tape, like put the windows slightly to one angle. Oh no, put the doors to one angle and the blast will pass through the house or some shit. But like, so the master's look is like, y'all gonna die.
I loved that bit. It was the doctor rubbing mankind.
No, that's the master that says that.
Oh, was it?
The
Oh, the
master.
master.
The sticky tape. The master looks in, it's like, you know, he's like, what else can we do? It's like, not much. And then you just turns to the camera and it's like,
Stick it in on the windows.
oh, you kids wanted to sleep tonight, did you?
Okay, so it's a Time Lord rubbing mankind's stupidity all over its face. It's wonderfully arrogant.
And contextually, this is now quite some years post-missile crisis.
Yeah.
You know, we knew we were fucked at this point. Like, if something happened, we knew we were fucked.
There you go. Another soundbite. And this goes back to terrible production. Actually, one of my notes here is, regarding production value, some of the worst music ever and in general sound editing and levels were really poor in this serial.
Oh my god. They need whoever is the synth stroke organist, like, just needs to just dial it back a little bit.
There were cases where I couldn't really make out what people were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Are you on coke, Greg? Like,
Yes, that's exactly it. This is 70-71.
Yeah.
There's a whole stream of it pouring into London.
initially I was like, this is going to be great. Imagine when we get to the 80s where like, you know, this,
Everyone is snorting.
well, no, and like the sounds will have got like, you know, it'll be more like craft work and shit.
They might still. I don't really remember the musical undertones of Tom Baker, for example. But in this one, holy smokes, they were terrible. And such inappropriate music as well. Episode 4, 5 minutes in.
Gates, get some men down here. Going somewhere?
Whatever that music was.
The fuck was that?
Right? We got anything else? Space Gherkin. First time the Master enters the Doctor's TARDIS.
I quite liked all the TARDIS chat. All the like, what the fuck is this? This is a museum piece. Oh, God, you don't even have a microwave. Like, you know, that was quite fun, because then now it means that every subsequent Doctor Who I know is that he's riding around in an old school whip. Like, you know, he's in a classic car.
Yeah.
Of TARDISes.
That he may also, however, have spent, you know, a further almost millennium enhancing, you know, I mean, or, you know, jerry-rigging in some way to work in his favor. But yeah, I take your meaning. He also, we've already learned maybe at this point that he didn't steal the best TARDIS. He stole the TARDIS that he really liked.
Yeah.
So I just find that very charming. I really like that. I've only got one more note. Episode 4, Doc and Joe's escape with the Doc distracting her with arithmetics is super naff. Quick, Joe. 2 times 4. Now divide that by 3. Add 14. How much is that? Oh, I'm so much calmer now, Doctor. Thank you so much. Tentacles everywhere.
Fuck.
That felt like it was appealing to the children. Like maybe someone on the BBC side was thinking, this will really, you know, this will speak to kids. They'll run around in playgrounds shouting fucking arithmetics at each other, just like giving each other
I don't know.
little maths quizzes.
I have zero idea as to what they were getting at there. Just, you know, just come the fuck
Nonsense.
down to it,
Yeah. Also nonsense. Okay. I'm spent.
Do it. Let's jump into review.
And now it is time to rate this. Did we love or hate this? Bing bong, hey, la 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 la. Ratings.
Short and sweet. We've already gone over this. Poor production value, not a very well structured plot, underutilized characters, an alien invasion that would only work on the most naive of chins, and sadly it does, and also so dreadful that we just sort of squander the Master for 4 whole episodes, with obviously the one cherry on top being, let's all just confirm officially the Doctor is an arsehole. He tried to leave us in the lurch and just couldn't. I do not intend to revisit this serial, certainly not anytime soon. I'm going to give it a 1.2.
Ooh, scathing.
There you go.
Right, well, I'm going to jump in with a much higher rating.
Okay.
Of 2.5.
All right.
I think, actually, on reflection, this is solid in places I need it to be.
Heard that before.
The plot generally is a good idea. Like, you know, the lovely invasion, the zone stuff. It had the, you know, duplicitous fucking Ambassador Walrus, right?
Yeah.
And it had, you know, there was the parallel, but you're right, for all the other reasons, the choppy plot, the bad production values, the non-use of the Master. I'm so fucking desperate for that TARDIS to work. I'm more desperate than the Doctor. Work the fucking TARDIS. We need to be off this planet. This planet is shit. But yeah, I'm going to stick with 2.5 because I think that this is conceptually adventurous.
Fantastic. Yeah, actually, just to add to that, we had a comment on Facebook.
Ooh, a Facebook comment.
Indeed, Aruni.
I just really wanted to be enthusiastic.
You were. I love it. From Grant Smith. Grant!
Woo, what up, Grant?
Hello, Grant, who added a comment on our Terror of the Autons post saying they don't get the TARDIS properly until season 10, although for seasons 8 and 9 they work in the plot device of the Time Lords sending him off in it to complete the occasional mission for them. So at some point very soon, at the very least, we'll get to see him travel. Even though he doesn't do so independently or, you know, autonomously, we will get it.
I really need to hear that, Grant. I really needed that.
Listener,
And another Facebook comment from Erin.
Yeah.
I'm going to read out.
Go for it.
Dr. Z, how you doing, Dr. Z?
Hello.
I didn't end up getting a review written for this one, but I just wanted to add this thought. Writers on 70s Doctor Who obviously had a very low opinion of rural people, because it seems like every time an alien craft stroke artifact lands, some rural half-wit goof finds it and either steals it or gets killed. See spearheaded from space.
Yeah.
And I'm almost certain it happens at least once more in Pertwee's run. Just an odd trope is all. Yeah, I mean, we said hobo, Erin, but yeah, I think the vague idea that that's the calling card for everyone that visits Earth.
Axos was here.
yeah, in blood. I like like the police will turn up and just like, oh no, there's been a murder. Sarge isn't wearing shoes. There's nothing to
Not
see
a problem.
here. Let's go home. It's really fucked up.
We do have some more listener minis as well. This one comes from Peter Zunich.
How you doing, Peter?
Hello, Peter. Thank you very much for sending this in. Peter has sent in both a mini review and a maxi review.
You're a god among men, Peter.
Well done, Pete. So we're going to read the mini review on the show, and if you want to, and we strongly urge you to, go to whobackwhen.com, click on the Claws of Axos, and read the maxi review in its full splendor there. Peter goes, the script has major gaps. Seriously, think they totally forgot to include some truly essential story elements. Why is so much time spent on the irrelevant Ken Shabby character? The only reason provided for why Axos has a distribution deadline is that it will have maximum effect, quote. That's not a sufficient explanation for such an essential plot point. Finally, the Doctor traps Axos by tempting them with the secret of time travel. You know, the very secret they just successfully stole from his mind 2 scenes earlier?
The Master and a potentially great villain are wasted here. The other characters were likewise mishandled. Though both actors did a great job with what they were provided, both Chin and Filler, or Filer, were underdeveloped. Windsor was killed off early, leaving little room for personal conflict. Jo is relegated to being a damsel, and the Brigadier does nothing but get bounced in and out of command.
The locations were bland and the ship exterior looked underdone. However, the interior of Axos itself was quite phenomenal, and the monsters looked great. It's almost as if there were 2 designers who'd never talked to each other. And where did all the snow go? Yes, exactly.
Apparently I don't pay as much of attention as you guys. So occasionally I watch these whilst like doing the washing up or something. I look away for a little while. Ultimately, a half-baked script and some simplistic directing led to the downfall of a potentially good concept. It just doesn't feel like anyone was enjoying themselves in the story, and I wasn't either. What's left is a 4-part mediocrity earning a just your report, Chin. I'm sure that will be scrambled enough. 1.8.
That is wonderful, Peter. Thank you very much for sending that in.
That was very good. That was a very good summation of all the things, Peter.
A little side note. Did you also think, when watching the serial, that when the Doctor is giving them the secret to time travel, that he was basically Rick Sanchezing it and like giving them a self-destruct code without them knowing it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that makes perfect sense, but he didn't, right? He basically gives them the secret to time travel.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right. Thanks again, Peter. We have also received another one. This one comes from Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Paul has, as he is wont to do, sent us a magnificent synopsis of this serial. So we suggest that you go to whobackwhen.com /whatever Claws of Axos and read that synopsis in its full splendor. It will undoubtedly give you a better idea of what actually happens in this serial than we have just given you over the past hour. So thank you very much for sending that in, Paul. You can follow him on Twitter as well. He is at WordsmithPaul. What's up next?
It's called The Colony in Space.
Colony in Space,
Colony
yeah.
in Space.
Exciting.
And New Who?
Next week we'll be recording our review of Planet of the Dead.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah, the next in line in the Tennant's Swan Song specials.
Fuck me. Why won't you die?
He's like the guy who gets bitten by a shark in the beach. You know?
He's the guy at the end of a fucking house party that's just like, oh yeah, I've got to go now. Hey, I can help you tidy up. No, we got it, man.
No.
We're just going to move. All right, yeah. Should we have a cup of tea? No, man.
No, you should really go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tune in for those. That's going to be really, really good. Really looking forward to Colony in Space. That's a title that I've heard before. I don't really know what it's about, and I have not seen it. I imagine it's about a colony in space. Yeah. Hey, he's going to go into space.
Shit.
Boom. Done.
Unless it doesn't. Unless
it lands. Unless it's a colony in space that lands on Earth and goes, hi, we need fuel.
Unless it's like Colony in Space in Swindon.
Yeah. Nick, people can follow you on Twitter, n'est-ce pas?
They can at Nikulele, Nikulele.
Yeah, like ukulele, but with Nick. You can follow me as well, high-five me online, I will high-five you right back. I am at Ponkin, you know how to spell that. Catch you in the next one. Be rad and excellent to each other, ladies and gentlemen of podcast land. Rock on, and ciao.
Boom.
Kablamo! Did you enjoy the show? Then please do what the cosmos compels you to and spread the gospel of who back when. Tell your friends. Don't have any friends? No problemo. Tell some strangers. Like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/who back when, all in one word. Are you on Google Plus? Then find us on Google Plus. That's plus who back when. And when you do, tell us why you're on Google Plus. Who Back When just got its very own Twitter account, no lie, so give us a follow. You guessed it, that's at Who Back When, all in one word. Check us out on SoundCloud, vote us up on Reddit, listen to us on Stitcher, and head on over to our website, whobackwhen.com, where you can leave a comment, submit a review of your own, and peruse our visual index of aliens, monsters, and more, which increases in kablamos with every episode. And lastly, give us a rating and review on iTunes. Not only would it make us super chuffed, and it really, really would, but as thanks, we will transmigrate your iTunes nom de plume into the credit list of trailers for fake Doctor Who audiobooks produced by Who Back When. Have a poke around our bonus episodes to make more sense of that. That's it. Rock on and be rad and excellent to each other. Catch your earballs in our next classic Who review, new Who review, or, still funny, audio Who review. Ciao.
Who back when?